This is a video on how to adjust the SMI spring applied pneumatic release SP30 caliper brake. Here you have one in a little bit of a larger version, meaning disc wise. This one's for 40 millimeters. Yours could be for a 1/2-inch disc, no problem. These are the tools that you're going to need. The brake would have came with, in the thruster, a 3/8 by 16 by 3 1/4 inch long bolt, which goes in the thruster to keep it all the way back before you have air in it. After you apply air in it, that bolt will come out and you'll be able to put in this brass breather, which you should have now. Only tools you need to make an adjustment to this brake are a 15 32nd Allen key, a flathead screwdriver, a small to medium sized crescent wrench, and a spanner wrench 45 to 50 millimeter. To change the pads, you always want to lock out the brake. You always want to put air into the thruster till the thruster is fully seated. You want to extract this bolt, safety bolt out, okay? Excuse me. You want to extract, you want to take off the brass breather that should be in place, and you want to insert the safety bolt. Once you let the air out, that will lock the thruster in the open position. Hand tight. You don't need to refit in any more than hand tight. Just screw it in hand tight. Okay. Once the brake is in this, once the lockout safety bolt is locked out, you'll be able to make adjustments safely to the brake. If you're trying to change the pad, you want to take a flathead screwdriver. Okay. And you want to just push behind here. The pad will come right out, both sides. To put it back in, as you can see, this got some strong magnets. The round part of the brake pad goes inward. You want to put it right back in its slot. I'm trying to do this with. Tabs go in. To make an air gap adjustment, the brake requires 2 millimeters per side of air gap. Air gap is described between the distance between the surface of the disc and the surface of the brake pad. To make an adjustment, you want to take this 15 32nd Allen key. You want to open this up, set screw up. You're going to take a small or medium-sized crescent wrench, and you're going to turn it, okay? Turning it inward or clockwise closes this air gap up. Turning it backwards or counterclockwise, okay, opens the brake pads up. Adjust it so you have a 2 millimeter air gap per side. Once you've accomplished that and you put new pads on, you want to simply tighten up this set screw. And that set screw actually has a little cushion or a little plastic piece on the bottom so it won't damage it. It's brass, so it won't damage it. So it's not going to damage the threads. After you've adjusted the brake, you have 2 millimeters per side or 1.5 per side, whatever works for you, okay? You want to make sure that the inner adjustment nut is on secured before you tighten the outer one. So you want to retighten this one and then retighten this one. Just do not tighten the outer one without tightening the inner one first. Once the brake is adjusted, you want to put proper air back into the thruster, 100 PSI. You should be able to hand tighten this bolt back out. The bolt will come back out, and you want to put your brass breather back on. Put a little Teflon tape around there to help it sit. And just remember, this is brass. You don't need to reef on this. Just kind of hand tighten that very gently. That's the easiest way, and these are the only tools you need to make an adjustment to the SMI SP4030.